and hello, wherever and whenever you are. I know where a bunch of you are. You are down under. Welcome, dreaded raiders. Get those mimic hearts flying. I see them. Hey, Dread, thank you for coming by. Thank you so much. And for everyone for sticking around in chat. It was lovely to have you all here when you're ready to go. Thank you for that subscription, Sunblighter. And let us get started. First things first. I see you all. Hello. You can't see us. We're hiding behind all of these mimic huts, flying everywhere. Okay. Why are our screens strange? Oh, I know. Boom. There we go. Better. Okay. Thank you.
I thought today we were going to play each other's characters.
Yes, it's one of those episodes. I get to be myself. No, I didn't know. Unfortunately, we are out without Mockingbirds today as his computer has died. Much like the poor Birel. Rip. F's in chat. If you're missing Birel. I'm sorry, Patch. Bring it up so soon. Okay. So, hey, EDH, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Okay. Yes, F's for Birel. That's tragic loss last week. Now, just let me juggle these tokens around so we get the right people in the right places. That is our little cat person up there. And this is our mysterious robot fellow. And this is Mame. Okay, there we go. That is better. Right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. Yes, and thank you, Geeks Codex, for coming by. It was great to catch you the other day. Awesome world building, and a huge welcome to all the dreaded raiders once more. Thank you for dropping on by. Let us jump into this and get into this session of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Now, before I refresh our memories as to what happened last time, let me give a quick shout out to the VOD squad. Thank you for catching up with our story wherever and whenever you can. It's lovely to have you sharing this adventure with us. And big shout outs to Syrinscape for bringing us the lovely music and sound effects that you'll be hearing this evening, and other music coming at you from Dark Fantasy Studio, and over on YouTube, tracks such as this from the original fan-made soundtrack for Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden from RPG music maker Travis Savoy, and also other tracks from Epic Journey. Check out those two channels. And fresh for our channel, also over on Patreon, please check out Will Savino. All of the links over in the doobly-doo on the YouTube VOD. Catch it later. So, that said, as I've got all of you fine people here, let's get going. Last time on Rime of the Frostmaiden, having met Birel, the drow fighter, who gave Mame the blessed news that her academic colleagues yet live out at a mysterious upside-down tower in the ice towards the Reged Glacier, you interviewed halfling bard Rinaldo, calming his nerves and hearing what he'd seen the nights before during the attack on East Haven Town Hall. Pale, dwarf-looking invaders had invisibly attacked the guards, smashed the mysterious crystal figurehead, and made off with large amounts of it. Birel named them as Duergar, folk usually only found in the Underdark, but likely emboldened to venture to the surface by the never-ending winter of the Frostmaiden. Investigating the scene of the attack, you discovered more Duergar forces lurking invisibly, in the process of stealing the remaining crystal, and a frantic chase ensued. Dashing through the streets in axe-beak-drawn sleds, the invaders were defeated, but at a great cost, as their leader slew Birel with a dagger crafted from psionic force. We find ourselves back in East Haven Town Hall after the militia, under the command of Captain Arlagar, had quickly sealed off the street and kept the curious locals away from the scene of our tragic end last week. Birel's body was transported back and lain with those of the guards who had also tragically fallen in the defense of the town hall. under the attack of these Durgar with their invisible powers and the ability to supersize themselves when they were on the offensive. And you have returned. Let me bring this down a bit here. We find ourselves back with Captain Arlagar and the other members of the town hall that were helping you with your investigations. And it's not long before Speaker Wayland gets away from whatever business of the day was keeping him busy, and he joins you in that boardroom once more around that practical, rather kind of Spartan-looking wooden table. And he seats himself down with a heavy thump. Well, I guess we have you to thank for stopping those invaders from getting away with the rest of that crystal. It's been securely locked away now, and there'll be no getting at it unless they come through the captain or I. And they won't be letting that happen anytime soon. I heard you suffered a loss.
Yes, well, maybe not one of our own per se, but Burel, the drow that had helped capture Zan. She sadly was killed.
She will receive the highest honors that we can afford her. She gave so much for us. She helped us capture that red wizard that was killing locals, and here and this, there, and that way, and put herself on the line with you guys again. And I don't know how we can respect her memory properly. She gave so much. She was well liked around town as well. There'll be plenty to see her off.
I didn't get a chance to know her very well, so I don't know.
In her last words, this was what she wanted.
What's that?
To have been able to help and to fight against those Draugr.
Now, Captain Arlagar, you knew her better, right? And the captain nods. Yes, Speaker. I was honored to work with her in capturing the Red Wizard Zan, and had knowledge of her good work leading expeditions, people out towards the glacier, and as a wilderness guide and protection. That was always her first thought, first and foremost. The protection of whoever employ she was in, and I just hope that we're able to, and she looks over at you, Mame, help your colleagues out in the tower that Burel said were still alive.
Yes, I'm grateful for her help, giving me the information and protecting my colleagues. I will go to the glacier and save my comrades if it's the last thing I do.
And Speaker Wayland says, well, I don't know if it'll be the last thing you do, but I don't think it should be the next thing you do. Josh, can you nuke that in chat?
Yeah. Looked away for 2 seconds.
It's alright, don't worry. It's worrisome. It's worrisome that crystal has been lost with whatever demonic magic was infused in it. It shouldn't be out there. It shouldn't be out in the 10 towns. God knows what they're planning to do with it, and I'm sorry, Mammy, but it seems like your colleagues are being useful and they're being kept around for summits, but could I possibly ask you all to investigate what's happened to the rest of the crystal and what happened to the raiders from last night before you head out towards the glacier? I know it's a big ask, and promise that once you're done, if you'll do this for us, whatever aid you need, whatever support that we can give to help get your colleagues back, we'll gladly do it.
It's no problem at all. Burrell gave me hope, so I will pay it back. Looks at her feathery arms, remembering Burrell.
Aye, she was a good one. So, what do we know? So yeah, you've got a good mind for these things. What were you told today? What have you found out today before we found that there was still Duergar on the premises?
I mean, really, we weren't able to find too much other than the scene of the crime. We got to look at the bit of the broken crystal there, and the figure, you mean?
The figurehead, the ship's figurehead that was down there. Hi. What did you talk to the halfling, to the bard? What did he have to say for himself?
There wasn't much getting out of him other than the sound of the dwarves, which helped us to find the Draugr, but that was really about it. War picks.
Invisibility.
Really, I think he was just a bit too spooked to get anything out of him, really.
Well,
He was.
We didn't learn before we found them, but we did find some things after we found them, did we not?
Oh, aye. What's that, Tom?
There's a fortress of some variety where they appear to be held out. The leader before he
Aye.
He said something about there being a fortress they were hiding in, some sort of family that he wanted to take over Icewind Dale using the crystal.
And Captain Alagar says,
Yeah, something about making it our own, free of drow.
and Captain Alagar says, yes, Burrell said something about them usually being in the Underdark and coming up here now that it's winter. Another reason to get rid of this cursed, never-ending darkness. And she looks up. What is it? And you see there's kind of a one of the militia hesitantly at the door. And she stands up. The half-elf captain of the militia, Arlagath, stands up and walks over to the door and leans in, and the militiaman whispers something to her. As I lose focus on my camera. Come back to me. There we go. She nods. Thank you. And she turns around. So, Yala, we owe you thanks. It doesn't seem like Rinaldo had much to say to us last night, but whatever you said to him seems to have got him to get hold of himself. He has something to share with us. They're bringing him now. We're going to let him go. We know it wasn't his fault what happened last night.
Does he know of the results of the deaths of those dwarves, Draugr?
Yes, yeah, we told him that they had been captured and dealt with. Maybe that's also what helped. Hopefully. That's, given him some courage, some solace to know that there's nothing prowling around. And we've had the militia sweep the entire town hall. There's been no corner left. We didn't have whatever you had told. You were apparently using some magic to search for them?
Oh, and then he presses a button on his hand and picks up like a candlestick on the other side of the room and brings it over. Yeah, it's this thing that I invented that the candlestick just slowly floats over into his hand.
Mage hand for people watching.
Yes. I haven't quite mastered it yet. I can't pick up heavy things. I don't know if I ever will be able to.
Extension of your own arm.
It's kind of like that. And then he pushes it back and puts the candlestick back where it landed. I can't put it very far though. It's kind of difficult to use.
No, it's amazing though.
Oh well, thank you. I suppose.
That's wondrous. And
you know what else is wondrous? Sorry to change the mood. And of course he pulls out the alchemist jug and pours a mug.
Always be branding. Always be branding. The speaker's like, aye. What is it?
Here, try some of this.
Don't you think it's a bit early?
That's been a day and a half already. It's mid-afternoon. It's okay.
Okay.
It's never too early.
It's never too early for good mead.
It might be too early to get drunk. It's never too early to drink.
Honey on your toast, honey in your cup.
That's true.
Okay. And you he sips it. He's like, well, it's been a day and a half, however long it's been. And he sucks it and he's like, that's not half bad.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I wanted. I initially came to East Haven to talk to you about.
Oh?
I'm from Goodmead.
Really?
And
have you been there long? I'm sure we would have heard some. I mean, I'm sorry, it's quite rude me asking, but are you a construct?
I don't know, if I'm going to be honest with you.
I've seen some wizards and the like come through with some sort of what do they call it? Homunculus. Some kinds of contraptions that were helping them out. And I've seen a gnome or two with some wondrous machines, but nothing on the scale of you.
I don't know exactly what is the cause of this. However, I have been in Goodmead for maybe a year, maybe a few months. It's hard to keep track of time. I don't exactly sleep. So time is kind of relative. However, have you heard about the Speaker of Goodmead?
Word reached us, aye.
Well, my name was put forth as a possible speaker.
Well, you must be making yourself as useful there as you are here.
Well, that's the hope. But to become speaker, I require endorsements of this mead and promises to purchase it.
Well, for what you've done for us and what hopefully you'll be able to do for us, then yeah, of course. Plenty of thirsty mouths here.
Sounds good to me. It sounds like we have a deal.
Alright, well, let's get this done, and then when we've got quieter times, let's draw something up.
That sounds like a good idea.
Aye, you're on. He reaches out a hand to shake.
Extends mechanical arm. Sorry, it's been a long day. I must be a little squeaky.
You get yourself working properly again. Patch, I'm doing Yorkshire for all of Icewind Dale. All the locals are Yorkshire. to harken back to my family in Bradford. Well, sorry, not really Bradford. They pretend to be from Bradford. They're from Baildon. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. As this conversation's happening, that militiaman comes back with Rinaldo, looking sheepish and slightly shaken still. Obviously didn't have the best evening or day yesterday, with the seance going wrong, and the local being drained of life by the ghost of the white lady from Lackdenishire, and they bring him in, and he nods and sits down. All right. Am I all right here? Yeah, we good? We good? And Captain Agath's like, Ronaldo, look, we know it was some undead presence, albeit from a ritual that you instigated, but we believe it was the presence of this evil crystal, whatever it may have been, in the town hall here that made your, what should have been harmless experiment, or whatever you want to call it, just go so horribly awry last night. And he's like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it wasn't me. It was some demonic entity. I tell you, the dreams I had last night. Now, I've been singing and telling stories around these parts all my life, and I know that was Air 2. Air 2. Now, I don't know if you know the story. Everyone, take a seat. And he's like, no. We know the story, Ronaldo. We know the story. He's like, yes. But, and Arlag carries on, we don't know what it is you want to tell us. Please, what is your new story? And he's like, oh, yeah, well, Sayala here, got me calmed down proper, and, it was like, I was thinking about everything that happened last night, and, it was like, I've heard stories, people coming in and out of the White Lady, the Wet Trout, I travel around a bit, tell me tales, play me tunes, and, you listen to folks, talking around the place, and, it's like over the lake, innit? It's like over at Caer Connig. And Speaker Whalen's like, over the town over the lake? And he's like, yeah. Over at Caer Connig, Trovis, Speaker Trovis, he was talking about invisible thieves, wasn't he? And Speaker Whalen's like, I don't know, I haven't heard. We haven't got much word out of Caer Donoval or Caer Connig for ages. It's now that the ferry's all frozen up, and it's difficult to travel around. They're just fending for themselves over there. Yeah, all right, but I mean, some of the trappers and the like were coming around, and they were bringing their wares into town, and they were in the tavern, well into their cups the other night, and they were talking about it. And the rest of you, you have heard this before. Not you, Soyala. This is before you joined. But yes, Mame and Tom.
Oh yeah. There
Hmm.
was there's a dragonborn looking for help, wasn't there?
I believe so.
Aye, that's
yeah,
that's the speaker.
Trovis.
Yeah,
Speaker
speak-
Trovis.
that's him.
It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, he's a silver dragonborn, all shiny and the
Oh.
like. Yeah, fancy. But well, all fancy when he's not in the bottle. He's you want to go and see him, Tom? He'd be a good customer.
You've already interested me. I'm down for 2 things now.
I don't know though. They're up near Kelvin's Cairn. They get all their booze from the Dwarven Valley.
He hasn't tried my stuff.
True. I remember that from last night before everything went tits up. That was lovely. It's good stuff. Now, look, I don't know. It just came back to me. Soyali, do you think that's the same thing? I mean, invisible.
Could be. It's at least something.
And I think if you think back on this, especially you, Soyala, having spent the most time in East Haven here, you know that the sleigh, the sleds earlier in the day, as they were going through the streets trying to escape, they were heading towards that exit of East Haven that would lead them towards that direction, those mountains, and round the lake. You know, out the west gate, so as to loop around to the north shore. Let's bring you over to the map, shall we, so we can see what we're talking about. Bear with me, folks, if it might take a quick moment to load up, because it is a pretty but hefty image. Oh, no, that's pretty fast. All is forgiven. So here we are. So we are around the shores of Lancashire here, and we are down at the south there in East Haven, and they're talking about Caer Cornic up in the north there, and Caer Dinaval is there as well. You can see it's much closer to the Dwarven Valley there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it goes in the direction that they were headed would be towards the mountains. It
Maybe
is definitely better than anything else we could go on right now on our own.
Maybe that's the way to look, eh? Are you when are you going to head out? Are you going out today, or are you going to stick around another night? It's getting pretty late. I mean, dark all the time. And
I
it's up
need
to you.
to recalibrate a few things before we leave. So, how about we stay another?
Let's stay a night, have a good rest. That way we're ready to go full power tomorrow.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at the travel times here and see.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what are your means of transportation? Do you guys go by foot?
Oh, we have some sleds.
Okay.
They're in stores somewhere. Someone's taking care of our dogs.
Yeah, you put them in kennels when you first arrived yesterday. Speaker Wayland says, it's a good, well, if you were on foot, it would be a good 9 hours round to Caer Dinaval, and then from there it's another 2 hours on to Caer Cornic. So, you know, give it about 5 hours or so if you're going by sled. 5 or 6. So if you wait till the morning, you'll be grand. No worries.
Yeah, that might be best, just due to everything at maybe not being the safest at night.
Aye.
I guess
had-
let's.
Sorry, what are you going to say, Mammy?
I guess we could return to White Lady and have a good rest before we depart.
Ronaldo's like, oh, I hope it's a better rest than I got last night.
That's what I was wondering. We should still keep our guard up a bit. There shouldn't be anything else, but you never know.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Well,
eh?
hmm. I have a theory about the dreams. I'm not uh, I'm not really that kind of inventor. You know, the mystical stuff. It's not really my area of expertise. But I too had these dreams, even though I usually don't dream. And the white lady said to us, I think we had the same dream. She was stuck. She wasn't able to get back to the place she wanted to go because of
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ronaldo's reaction. Yeah, same one. I had the same thing.
And we know that her treasure was in the lake.
Aye.
And it sounds like maybe the treasure should have stayed in the lake, but it was brought up from the lake. Maybe it's the black crystals.
Is that? I don't know. I mean, from what I heard, it sounded like she was complaining about her being dragged out of the lake, away from her treasure.
Maybe. Like I said, I'm not a mystical dream guy, but maybe. I mean, the black crystals were dragged out of the lake. It could be related.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, the way I heard it, it was like she was like she was moaning and wailing about being pulled out of the lake away from her treasure, and she said she was trapped by Air 2. So maybe it was like it's the bad timing, doing the seance at the same time that this bad energy was around the place. Maybe they kind of like like when you get certain instruments playing together that they just vibe really wrong.
No, I have no idea, but you're probably right.
Something about the resonation or something. Maybe there was some spectral energy and this evil energy, and they met, and it was all messed up. That's the technical words of it.
Well, it sounds like our two amateur opinions come together and have somehow made a correct opinion. But...
Spectacular. Right, well, I'm free to go. And he looks over at the captain, and she's like, "Yes, Ronaldo, but no more contacting the dead." Yeah. I'll just stick to singing about them. And you watch as Ronaldo kind of goes, nodding and ducking out of the room and skitters off out towards the front doors. The speaker Wayland looks to you. He's like, "Right then, well, looks like a trip around the lake might be in order tomorrow. If you need to sort out before you go, just get yourself sorted. And I think Captain Alagar had shouted last night's bed and board for investigating the fissures for us. You're welcome to continue to stay at our expense."
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no bother. And so we'll pick up your tab and all.
Thank you.
No, it's the least we can do. Right. I'm gonna leave it to you, Captain, to get affairs in order with Birel. Is there any next of kin? She's like, I'm not sure. I will ask around. I don't believe so. Right, well, you give her a proper send-off. She deserves it. And anyone in chat who would like to pay their respects to Birel, please head on over to Quest Junkies UK in the chat there and give them a follow. It's just the most respectful thing you can do for Birel's memory. So, you are free to spend your early evening as you will.
Ame will go check on the Tressum, and then go check on our sleigh dogs to see if they're okay. And then go back to the White Lady Inn and have a full rest, if
Well,
possible.
the Tressum is still, I think, still back at the White Lady, just thoroughly nested in your bed. Just like gathered all the sheets and duvets and everything up into a kind of nest and is just curled up with the wings wrapped around them.
Perfect.
Toln will do the only thing that he does do to relax, experimenting with different flavors, and then having unsuspecting bar patrons see if they're any good, because he can't taste anymore.
Well, you know, life of the party. Get the life of the party. Bartaban is there. He's like, oh yeah, this one's lovely. No, this one's garbage. You're always going to get an honest opinion. Might not be always what you want to hear, but yeah.
That's that's what I need. I need that.
Right. That's what you need. Yeah.
My
just play it straight.
My Rose IPA didn't really cut it, apparently.
Unfortunately. Okay. So, is there anything that you would like to do apart from what has been said already? So, Yala, anything?
I think Soyala I would try to go back to the pop-up tent area just to check and see how things been going there.
Over at Alvin's, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Apothecary, whose back room you were using.
Yeah, reassuring that there has been a threat, but we've taken care of it so far.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you head on out into the streets of East Haven, and you're making your way through the town there and across fairly short walk over to Alvin's Apothecary. As you see, the fairly temporary. Remember, this is kind of like almost like a Wild West town. It's always shops are popping up and disappearing as they go in and out of business, and it's always reinventing itself. And it's quite unique in 10 Towns, whereas all of the others have a real strong flavour of whoever first founded them. As you remember, Goodmead was founded by people from Chult, and therefore has the rather unique architecture of carvings of dinosaurs and the like in all of the buildings. And other towns have similar things. Where you're from, Tamerlane, Soyala. Over in Tamerlane, that was settled by people from Kalimshan, and the designs, again, carved into the posts of the buildings and the door frames and the like, are of genies and wizards and fantastical creatures from the old days of their Kalimshan roots down there. It's kind of, Kalimshan's kind of like the Arabian kind of Aladdin-esque feel place there, which I've yet to explore properly. I've had a little taste of it in Little Kalimshan in Baldur's Gate, but that's as close as I've gotten. There's a really cool supplement I want to try and get from the DM's Guild about that. Looks really cool. And the new Cobalt Press thing that's coming out looks amazing. Into the Southlands. That's that same kind of setting. All that cool genie magic and kind of Egyptian style stuff as well. Sounds really fun. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So you are walking through the streets, and there are people coming and going. The town has quickly gone back to business as usual after the excitement of the morning, and you do. I think people notice you. I think words got round. It's not a huge town. How big are we? Let's have a look here. East Haven is 750 population, so not huge. But for 10 towns, fairly large, but not a massive place. So words got round of the adventurers, and it was that traveling medic, the traveling medicine woman who comes around and helps everyone out, and she joined forces with these new strange people from Good. Apparently they're from Goodmead. Oh, did you hear? Yeah, they've apparently they've got some really nice drink. Oh, is it available at the White Lady? Apparently, I've heard so. Yeah, and you hear whispers and people like pointing, and little kids run up, and you kind of instinctively grab your bag as you think they were trying to pickpocket you, because remember, pickpocketing is legal in East Haven, but they're actually there just to gawk, and they're like, are you the lady that got the giant dwarfs? Like all these people like coming up, and it actually takes a little longer to get to the place than would normally, as people are kind of waylaying you along the way. So, what would you like to say?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just going to knowing that Alvin's probably a little bit shaken though from all of that, as he usually is. Just going there to like reconfirm, that things have been kind of crazy, but we're trying to take care of it, and we're going to be heading out to the mountains in the next few days. So
Yeah.
again, there could be more attacks, there could be more need of the of medics here, and I won't be able to help in that way.
So yeah, you see the familiar frontage and the windows full of the bushels of herbs and various medicines and things on display, and you duck into the door, and you see him, pitter-pattering around behind some shelves off in the back, and he comes out. He's like, Tiala, are you okay? Of course you're okay. I can see you're okay. Are you? Maybe you're hurt somewhere. I don't know. Are you injured? Is it some
I'm
internal?
doing good.
Good.
Yes. Thankfully, all of us were, for the most part, uninjured. We did lose one.
It was terrible. A terrible thing. Yes. I didn't know the drow very well. I'm trying to think. Hero of the town. I should go to the funeral. Maybe there's some public thing that I could go to, but I didn't know them. It would be intriguing.
If you want, but my question.
Yes.
She died by a blade, but it was not a normal blade.
Really? What did it look like?
It was a dark blade that had some sort of magic to it. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but it was from the group that we apprehended.
I don't know anything about. Maybe I could look something. If there's books at
It
the town
didn't
hall.
seem like there was any sort of normal, like a pierce or anything that a normal blade would do. I tried thinking of what other ways I could help, but it wasn't a poison. It wasn't a paralysis. There wasn't any of those effects.
There wasn't a poison. Okay.
So all
there
she could
wasn't.
do was
Yes.
succumb to her own death.
Was there a physical wound? No, of course not. If there had been a physical wound, we would have fixed it, and it would have been fine. No poison, no physical wound, and there was no.
Wasn't it? Was it through her neck?
Yes. It was up under the chin.
Right.
But. Yeah, there was no puncture wound. There was no blood.
Do I know that it was psionic? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't think
okay.
You did, no.
Yeah, because I know in your recap you mentioned that, and I was like,
Yeah.
Wait, did I know that? I don't think I did.
I don't think that would be common knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not entirely sure. Have you heard of anything like that?
It does sound magical, or maybe spiritual. Aren't you a holy person? Sorry, I shouldn't assume. I don't know if I could say that, but I'd always thought so. You and your healing powers are not of a basis like mine. Mine, I use the plants, or sometimes I use the instruments over here, but plants are also an option. But
Yes,
you say words. You say prayers.
yes. My magic comes to me in ways that I do not fully understand yet, but this was not something that I could understand. This was not any sort of wound that I could heal. Someone else in the group, in the party, tried to help heal her wounds, and it wouldn't work.
I've heard. I mean, it's just rumor. I don't know if I should say, but I've heard. No, I should. I don't want to muddy the waters. But no, I mean, all information is good
Please,
information.
tell me.
There are problems. There are afflictions. Of the mind. If there was such a weapon or magics that could affect someone's mind instead of their physical form.
Possibly, I do recall something affecting my mind, but I was able to shake it off
You do.
during the fight.
You should lie down. No. You need to stay up there where the air is clear. I'll
Like
get
I
a
said,
chair.
it was
No,
okay.
maybe.
It was a passing feeling.
Okay. Are you okay?
I think so. Although now I should wonder if I should worry. But what do you mean these weapons that affect the mind?
I was just.
Where have you heard this?
I mean, there are magics, are there not? That can do
Right.
such a thing. Confuse and maybe if there's something stronger. Nothing.
To kill, and it was so instant. Yes, it was quite a vital area through the neck, but still. Not all neck wounds are instantaneous.
Do you have the ability to clear a mind, or to calm a mind, or to anything like that?
To calm a mind, yes. Some of our patients usually need help with that, but
I don't know. Maybe it was just something more powerful. Maybe it needs more powerful magic. I mean, of course, you're very powerful in yourself.
My own power. Yes, I thought maybe, but it was beyond my own capabilities. But
it's always difficult to lose somebody. I'm
yes,
sure you did what you could have done. I know. Of course, you did what you could have done. You always do.
Yeah, well, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that we may be gone for a few days.
Okay. Should I keep the room, or can I tidy it up, or should I? No, you'll be back soon, right? Then I should keep it open, or and then I could use it myself, or I could get some other people in, or maybe some assistants, or yes.
Whichever you prefer. I'm not entirely sure how long I plan to be with this group. I don't know if I've told you, but they have information possibly about this winter. And if there's any way I can get that to end, I want to do that.
Yes. Oh. Yes. Yeah. If you can, please.
So it may be longer than just this one trip. It could be multiple trips that I will be gone for.
I see.
So for now, I will say that I'll be back, but do know that it could be a longer hiatus.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
If there's any way to break this curse, supplies are dwindling. The herbs.
I know.
The herbs that we need aren't growing. The supplies can't travel from the south. There's only so much time we can carry on like this.
That's why I feel that this is a higher calling, a greater need.
I, for one, will feel happier knowing that you're doing whatever you can do.
I will try what I can, but this bit of fighting is not something I'm quite used to, as you know.
Be careful.
My place is helping heal people and do what I can to support, but maybe I could do more.
Please be careful. I know that you'll help them and be helpful to them, but remember everyone else that you help too. Not just here. I mean, you travel up and down. There are other people, I'm sure. Although, of course, your help here is so necessary and so thanked. And please come back.
Yes, this isn't goodbye forever.
Okay, we'll be here.
All right, well, I'll trust the place to you.
I'll look after it. It'll be fine.
All right. If you hear anything, just keep an ear out.
And wait. And he patters off into the back.
Be right back.
Nice. And he just patters off into the back and disappears for a while. And you hear a kind of scuffling and a moving of objects and a clink of glassware, and then comes back, and he passes to you a leather gourd, almost kind of gourd shaped stoppered container. I know your healing and will be of great use to all of those with you, but if you need it, or if something were to happen to you and you can't heal yourself, tell the others to give you this. And it will keep you safe. It will bring you back.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm just... What am I doing? I'm not going out anywhere. I'm not facing any great dangers. I'm dealing with people with runny noses. You need this. Take this. And it's a regular health potion.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Right. I need to...
Yes,
Yeah.
please carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
No, of course, it's never interruption. I mean, I'm very busy, but no, I mean, of course, anytime you're welcome to come by. You're always helpful, never in the way, but I do have things to do, and goodbye.
I'll see you again.
Yes.
Bye.
Now, where did I put that?
Yeah, she'll head out the door.
Disappears.
Kind of shaking your head, but smiling still.
And you head back out into the streets and quickly head on over to the White Lady, where you know the others will be waiting. Now, unless there is anything else, Mummy, and things?
How are the dogs, like sled dogs, are in the kennel?
Okay, yep, you head over to the kennels where you first arrived, and they're being looked after, and the kennel boy that was on duty when you first arrived is still there, and he says, "Oh, don't worry, it's okay. The town hall's picking up the tab, eh?"
Oh, really?
Oh, aye. They some of the militia came by and paid for a few days in advance.
How generous. Well, we'll be heading out tomorrow morning, just to let you know.
Well, we'll keep it on the books, so it'll be paid for next time you're around.
Okay, well, thank you. And then I'll scuttle back to the White Lady and just see Tressum in the blankets. Be like, that's cute. And I'll just pull the blankets so I could go to bed.
You almost uncover some of the Tressum. get a bit of a bit of a snarl, but yeah, it is a good-natured one. And Tull, anything else apart from the just tinkering with some various brews and things?
Just tinkering.
Okay.
He coming up with some ideas for some new inventions. And read spells, but otherwise no.
Okay, gotcha. So, you have your evening meal, and Ronaldo is not playing tonight. He's hanging out and chilling out here and trying not to dwell on and remember too much about what happened the night before. And you have your evening meal and bed down. Mockingbird slips out again. Heads off to do something.
Slips out to change his face. He's gotta go steal
Yes.
another face.
And yeah, how does everyone feel about that? Sorry, without
I was
Carl,
gonna say,
Carl
are we
here
all
too.
together, like at dinner at this point? You said.
Yes, everyone's back in the White Lady Inn now. Here's your food.
Oh,
Give me that.
I won't be needing any. That's okay.
I was speaking to the ladies.
Oh, of course. I thought
Thank
when you
you.
said your, anyway, no problem.
He looks very pointedly at
I'll
Ciola.
just.
Here's your food, Ciola, and here's your food, Mame. Better?
Sorry, it's I just don't like the language. That's fine, I guess.
I mean,
At least he remembers you
should
don't
I-
eat.
should I offer every time? Is it rude not to offer?
No,
Right.
I was confused. Not, it's okay.
Well,
I'll be
Rob-
less confused next time.
grubs up. And yeah, it's nice, seared, nice pan-seared knucklehead trout with some root vegetables on the side.
He
Get some.
Tolna waits for him to leave, and he's like, what does grubs up mean?
You
The
dig through.
food
It
is
means
here.
let's eat.
Oh,
Time to
Food
eat.
is here.
I
Let's
don't
eat.
really.
And I just get some fish and give it to the tressum that's underneath my wings. Just feeding the cat.
So,
So
does Mockingbird always leave at night?
Always leave? No.
I've only
Usually
met him
leave?
no.
Yes.
the night before and this night, but
He's quite a mysterious fellow. He's always acted somewhat strangely. He
Mystery man.
usually does
And-
leave at night. When we were in Goodmead, he
Yeah,
left at
and we
night.
found. We found out recently he has some mother issues. If you could say mother issues.
okay.
Oh,
Only as much as you do now, Mame,
yeah.
as well.
Okay, well, I mean,
Yeah, birds of a feather.
if you trust him,
Oh,
I
we
mean,
lost,
I
we
trust
lost,
him.
I think we've lost Sabrina.
I'm back. Hello.
Oh,
don't
okay,
know
there you
There we are.
go.
I don't know him all that well. He's
My internet.
quite secretive.
It's okay, you're back.
Okay.
You're
Well,
very,
it
you're very
seems as
smiley
though
while you're
he-
frozen. sorry.
it seems as though he had just introduced the information about his face change. At least you all seemed quite surprised by this news.
Oh, this was the first time he has ever told
Oh,
us
first
about this.
time. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the face you saw before was the only thing we had seen previous to this.
I mean, I never even knew humans could change faces, but now I know he's not human.
Oh, What do you mean by that?
Well, I assume that humans keep the same face, but because he can change his face,
Yeah.
I would assume that he's not human.
Could it not be magic?
Well, and then you just
There are
see.
many of these here that can change their disguise.
And Tuln, using his last spell of the day, yeah, it was just a
Mama
shimmer.
as well.
um,
Mama as well.
there's just a shimmer, and he turns into a dwarf.
Still a tall one, or
Tuln is not tall.
oh no!
Tuln is
Wait,
about the same
how
size,
tall is home?
probably like 4 or 5.
Oh wow! Really? I'm surrounded by, and I'm assuming Mame is also.
I'm the same height. I'm the same
Oh my
height
goodness!
as
I'm
well.
surrounded by small people.
Yeah, Ciala is just towering over them.
This is the first, huh? Um,
Welcome to my world. A 6'4" person in Japan.
well, that's why you hang out with Isaiah, right?
Yeah, right.
After I leave, he makes. I feel tall. In America, I feel tall. I'm 6'2". I know that we haven't seen each other in person.
Yes.
But my kohai is like 6'6" or 6'8".
He's massive.
Huge.
There are a few people that make me feel small, but he is one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Him and my brother-in-law.
Oh, people.
Massive.
Oh,
Are you looking at like a dwarf from around this area, or are you
I mean,
the
how
ones
well
that
do you-
we've just
how-
encountered?
How well do you know dwarves?
Well, I mean, there's a town a couple places over from my hometown that there's
He doesn't
dwarves.
look
living a couple
like
minutes.
he's from this area.
Okay. Let's see. What is it?
and then-
Bremen was the area that is the dwarvish mining community.
There's the Dwarven Valley there. Yeah, just next to the mountain, the massive mountain.
Yeah.
And then,
so those would be the ones I know.
There's a shimmer, and it goes away, and you can see that there's just like small light projections that had been coming off of his body. It's just something I thought about. It's not real.
I see.
And then you just look
Well, your
at.
magic was very quick, so. Oh, what's going on?
You look at Mama and you see like a dark black go over her dark feathers, and you see a pudgy human-looking figure, just like, hello, I am human.
So convincing.
And she uses her Gloomstalker disguise self magic to appear human.
And here I thought I asked if there was any other things we needed to tell each other.
Well, no, this is only my disguise. How human do I look?
You
Pretty
do look
human.
human, however.
However, nobody says I am human.
Yes.
At least not any that I've known.
Darn. Need to practice. It's my first time using this. And then she'll just like wave like the thing away and just see like the dark mist go away and back to her chicken form. Enough practice. It's perfect.
Sorry, hello, I am human. So
It is I, the human, humanus.
Bartaban comes over. He's like, those are all very fine parlor tricks, but I hope there'll be no more pets being brought in tonight. Mammy.
Whatever. What? I do not know what you mean.
What happened to that boar from yesterday?
Yes, what
Actually,
did happen to that?
I woke up tell you the truth, I woke up and it was gone. No window broken, no door open. It disappeared, I swear.
Well, it's not running around the place here, so that's alright, I guess.
You could even inspect my room. There's no sign of any boar whatsoever, and I'm just. I thought I had a fine steed, but it is gone.
Ride it.
I was gonna ride the boar in the morning, okay?
I do want to see that someday. Just charging into battle. Mame on a wild boar. That'd be amazing.
It was big enough. It was big enough, but it disappeared. Sorry.
Someday.
So what you're saying
It's
is
not that
that you
bad.
let wild animals loose.
One time.
Okay. One time.
There was no reports of it. I guess, got lost in the chaos of the night. It was a busy evening for the city militia, the town militia.
Yeah, I can't see wild boar causing too much of a disturbance among the greater disturbance of the day with the sled race, so to speak.
Yes. So, are you all good to settle down?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what is our
Don't see why
point
not.
of order to the morning? Do we want an early start? Or do you all tend to take your time a little more?
I don't know if I told you this before, but I don't sleep, so I'm good whenever.
Right, okay. Usually for myself, I arise quite early.
So what you're saying is you just take a cat nap.
Tumbleweed,
Is that-
tumbleweed.
Can't say I've heard that one before.
What's that?
Tumbleweed over from Quest Junkies UK. To your room, mummy.
If I didn't think it was slightly prejudiced, I would have thought it was funny.
Either
Yes.
way, do we plan to get up in the morning early to rise, in case there are any troubles along the path? I know when I have to set out on my journeys from town to town, traveling, I usually try to go early because you can never know what you're going to expect on the road ahead. Sometimes there's, piles of snow and that get in your way, and you have to find another route, or get ambushed by a creature of some sort. So
Always good to have some leeway, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
good.
see why not.
Yeah, let's try that.
yeah, we'll get an early breakfast and then I guess head out.
Okie doke. So, everyone, bid each other a good night and head off to your various rooms and get snuggled up all warm against the chill evening of Icewind Dale. Now, you do not suffer demonic visions or hauntings by the White Lady.
But
Tom, you just see various algorithms and possible combinations of hops and other substances, and you think maybe something citrus. If you could get your hands on something.
like a
Not
That
sure
would-
you're gonna quite
that
get
would
that
be a
here.
good summer beer. Oh, wait.
Another reason to get things sorted. And Mammy, you're all snuggled up with the Tressum, and all warm for the night, and you have dreams. Do you remember cold nights in the mountains before you found your way down to Dugan's Hall, snuggled up with your bedfellow there, which was equally warm? Just fondly remembering that, and poking around the ruins that you found whilst you were spending all that time up there in the mountains, recovering, and then for your own curiosity's sake. Soyala. You find yourself dreaming of home. And it's a very pleasant dream to have. Tamerlane is widely considered the most beautiful and the most picturesque of all of 10 towns. Nestled as it is by the lake, and then up against the trees of the woods on the side. And it's through those trees that your dream takes you. Floating, moving, not as if walking, but just floating between the trees, kind of disembodied. Just an essence of yourself, really. And it must have been the talk of the stone circle the previous evening that has triggered this memory, this dream. Suppressed as it was the night before by the unpleasant visions that you were given. But you see the ancient stones that your father spoke of in the trees near the town. And this is at least what you assume they must look like. You were never allowed into those sections of the woods. Too dangerous, even before the never-ending winter, with the various creatures emboldened by hunger to be more aggressive and more dangerous and closer to the settlements. You come through the trees, and the blanketed snow, even under the trees, finding its way down through the branches of the forest above, the blanketed snow starts to disappear as you get closer to the stones. And you see around the stones an area of green. Plants, flowers, vines, ivy climbing up the ancient moss-covered stones, nestled in this clearing of the forest. Just bring the map over to where we're talking about. Over here. As you find yourself in the depths here of Lonely Wood. The forest, not the town, which is named after it. And as your vision draws closer to the stone circle, and you start to get a different perspective on the scene, you can see a figure sat within the stone circle, sat on the ground, their knees up, tucked towards their chest, their back leaning against the stone, eyes closed, at peace. And as you move towards the scene, from off to your right, and then to your left, flashes of yellow as first one and and then another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. Yellow birds fly past your vision into your view, into the forefront of your view here, and towards the stones. And each of them alight on different stones around the circle. And the figure opens their eyes, an elderly man, and looks up at them, smiling, and stands up, and turns to face you. Just smiling.
You're here?
Hello, Soyala.
I've looked for you for such a long time.
But you haven't needed me, have you?
Maybe, but I've always had help. These birds,
Yes.
are they yours?
I wouldn't presume ownership, but they like to spend time with me. Yes.
So you have been around.
I do get about so many places to see. You travel quite a bit yourself?
Well, only within Icewind Dale, but
It's a beautiful place.
it is.
So much nicer when summer comes around. And he looks around at the grass and the moss and the leaves around them.
This can't be. Is this really what it looks like here?
Right now, unfortunately, no.
Figured as much.
It's what could be. You are making moves?
If we finish if we're able to get rid of the never-ending winter,
Yes. It's within your power, you know.
within my power, what do you mean?
So many of you just have such little confidence in yourselves. You're with good people. And you're capable of doing great things.
I should hope so, but I mean, I've never done anything like this before. Healing's all I've ever really done and all I've ever really known.
Don't say only. It's what they need. And they have what you need. Stick together.
Will I see you again?
I hope so. Maybe we'll meet here, like this someday.
Would be nice.
Wouldn't it? No. Don't let breakfast get cold.
She just kind of stares at all of the grass and just the birds and everything around, wishing to have that summer again.
Mm-hmm. And it's the warmth of that vision, the warmth of that summery scene that lingers with you still when you awaken. And you do, as do the rest of you.
To the cold.
But
Know
there
that
is,
feeling.
there is. I know, right? Yes, yes. This is a very easy module to roleplay over in the cold
middle.
mountains of Fukushima.
Well, we'll still be playing this probably in the summer, and it will be much harder to roleplay.
Yeah.
Our timing could be perfect. Who knows? You know, maybe we will perfectly run it through the seasons from winter into summer. Who knows?
That would be
Who knows?
nice. And
Do we
then
have to?
we'll be sitting there and we'll be being like, sure, we shouldn't have talked about shouldn't have defeated that Frostmaiden. Winter was way better than whatever this is.
Yes, in the summer humidity, we're like, oh, bring back winter, please. Okay, so you'll wake up and you find yourselves downstairs, about to be bringing the breakfast out. I hope you all slept better today.
Yeah.
It's much better.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Well then, I hope you have a good journey, and I hope we see you again. You'll be welcome back. Especially with Town Hall playing. And Mockingbird joins you. He's like, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning. Where have you been?
I was just meeting my contacts. The same I met the night before. And I just had to pop out this morning to go and get my clothes. They were being fixed. Trying to get that blood out, you know?
Did it work?
Yes, they did a wonderful job. Yeah.
Well, that's good, I suppose.
A much better job than I'm doing of Carl's accent. I can't do it. And
Hey,
Unless-
let's
yes,
up and
yeah.
head out.
you do head on out, and you make your way through the streets and over to the kennels, where, Mummy, you see, after paying that visit and talking with them and letting them know that all of your doggos, Mead, Ale, Balto, Sheba, Bon Jovi, Triple something,
Russian Imperial Triple Distilled IPA.
that one,
What?
all the snappy dog names. They're all harnessed up and kind of rounding around and kind of nipping at each other and trying to get out and about and ready for a journey. So,
So you know, Soyla, when we acquired these dogs, Talon just named like half of them after beer types, and
and then everyone else started jumping in as quickly as possible.
I named that one Sheba.
he started quickly going just like, ale, lager.
I was like, no.
A Russian triple distilled IPA.
And
And then they're like, okay, stop him.
he's got that nice dark kind of like, you know, the that's kind of coloured coat, you know. And yes, they're all.
It looks exactly like a triple distilled IPA. I mean, it's just an iconic look.
And they're all pulling at their harnesses, ready to go. So who is with who? Two to a sled, please.
I'm with the the mocking man.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Soyala, let's go.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
tiny person per sled.
Makes sense. Balance it out. Okay. And you jump on those sleds and off you go. Okay. And you find yourself. Hang on, let me get my things sorted here. Oh, okay. And yes, the dogs are all very eager to get going, so they all start pulling as fast as they can. bounding through the streets, and off they go, and you're pulling through, and a much more enjoyable sled ride than you had the day before. Everyone, of course, may take the benefits of a long rest after your evening's sleep. I hope you have done so.
Yep, just did it.
Excellent. Okay, so
Prep some new spells.
yeah,
You know,
you okay?
I thought that, maybe this time maybe prepping fairy fire.
Very fine. Gotcha. All right. So, you know that these good little doggos of yours will make much better time than you could ever hope without them. So, you are heading off now. As you can see, first you have to head over to the west, back towards the crossroads with Goodmead, and then north towards Caer Donaval. If you're following the road, you're sticking to the roads, I assume? Yep.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. So yep, you dash. If you're sticking to the roads here, there's not too much to worry about, and the conditions are unpleasant, of course, as you head out into that dark. Remember, you're still in the darkness of the morning here. It's going to stay almost, pitch black until midday, when that faint twilight kind of style glow does grace the sky ever so briefly, and you are dashing through the snow in a 6-dog open sleigh, and you are making good time. Is there anything you wish to talk about on the way? Any plan of action when you arrive?
Okay, guys, so what I do is I take an animal out of the bag. Hopefully this time it could be a boar.
While we're riding
Next
the
time we
sled,
go into battle, not now, but when we go into battle, I take an animal out of the bag. If it's the boar, I could ride into battle on a boar.
Imagine if it's the elk. It could be the elk. It'd be amazing.
Or an elk. So,
Fingers crossed. One of my characters, the blessed Arafor Tan, conjured the giant elk in a ship, and below decks in a ship, which was fun.
Oh.
Very useful. So, you are moving through, and you see over to the northwest of you. You can see the huge peak of Kelvin's Cairn. They just come up here on the map. Yeah. Okay, you can see the huge peak of Kelvin's Cairn, not unlike our dear Fujisan down to the south of us, standing up, completely separate, as tall as any of the peaks of the Spine of the World mountains, but just boom, on its own in the middle of the icy wastes of Icewind Dale here, just rising up majestic ahead of you, even visible, in the faint light, the snow and stuff as you're traveling through here. Does everyone except Mockingbird, right, has night vision?
Yeah.
yeah.
From
Right.
my goggles until we get that switched around.
Yeah.
like
So
cat
he's just
eyes.
he's just bundled up
Like
in the
blue
furs,
lines.
just waiting. He's like, I'm sure it's a lovely view, yes. Although, I mean, you guys only get like 60 feet or so of it, right? So
Yeah.
you get a view to an extent.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to stop at Caer Donaval, or are you just going to carry on straight to Caer Konig?
We could get information there, but then again, we could just go straight to the source and see about those invisible thieves.
As far as I know, those areas are quite empty. There's not much of settlements there. Is that correct?
As nice as it would be to collect an endorsement, I don't think it's necessary.
Caer Donaval and Caer Konig are both two very small towns, yeah. two tiny
Okay.
villages.
We could try, but I don't know, other than just as a stretching stop.
Mm.
What would you like to do?
Why don't we stop? Just have a beer.
Okay. In the morning, I guess.
Yes. Well, this is the long journey. This is the longest part of the journey. So you would be, it would be nice just to take a rest for a bit. So you come, across. You're kind of quite high up on a ridge, and with your dark vision, you can actually see to the edge of Lac de Nashir down off to your right side of the road there, and you come down and you see a slight fork off the main, as such as it is. It's quite a small little track that you're following here. The main road continues on to the northeast towards Cornacre, but you do see a side track going off down to the cluster of buildings, very rudimentary cluster of buildings that is the village here. But it is interesting because, and it does kind of stand out, one thing stands out, is the care of the name, of its name, Care du Naval. The care is the castle, the keep, which is up on a promontory, a kind of a cliff top overlooking the lake. And you see this. Let me bring you on over to the map here. Care du Naval. Oh. This is going to be the one that takes a while, apparently. Come on. Okay, I shall leave it there for when it decides to pop into focus. It will be with us shortly, don't worry. So... there is no boss music, Val. It's not yet, not yet. It's just Chris Junkies trying to get a fight going. Not yet. Or you just... This is just some fight happening in chat here. I hope that was your best Ken Watanabe voice, Quest Junkies. Right, so here we are. This is Care du Naval, and you come in from the west side there into that just a single road, even smaller than Goodmead, this one, and you see this kind of horseshoe of buildings around this little inlet from the lake. And then, as I said, across the far side, you can see the castle itself, perched up on that promontory above the lake. So, what would you like to do?
Guess we could give our dogs a rest.
Okie doke.
And I know you said it wasn't a good time to spread good mead of good mead, but if we are taking a rest, maybe you could see the town speaker, maybe get another endorsement, perhaps.
No, I don't really need an endorsement. This town is really small, but the legend continues, I guess.
So,
We see people.
let's have a little look here.
Yeah, do we see anybody out and about? As we come
Please
into
don't
town?
start. Please don't start boss music.
I'm not starting any boss music, don't worry. Well, I mean, your as I said, your eye is just drawn by this clifftop fortress, the Care, which is, and there's also a ruined watchtower, which is down in the bottom right corner there, next to the docks. So it used to be fairly fortified, this town, it's clear. And you get down here and you see that the path here that goes down a steep slope down to where the harbour is there, on the rocky shore of the lake, of course encased in ice and frozen in here. And there are a couple of people hurriedly moving around. What would you like to do?
Ask where the bar is.
Okay, so you go up to the person there. You approach them.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yes. Hello.
Sorry to bother you. Is there an inn or a drinking establishment?
Well, there's hi. It's over there.
Oh, what's it called?
The uphill climb.
I don't like that at all, but I'll go there. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Lager, let's go.
Okay.
Should we
So-
follow him?
He says I guess he says that
yes.
one in Dwarvish because the dog's no Dwarvish.
Probably should so we don't get separated and knowing what's out there.
Okay. On Sheba.
On Sheba. On Bon Jovi.
On Dasher, on Dancer. Where is... I'm sorry, I'm trying to find...
Did you name it Bone Jovi?
Yep.
Or Bon Jovi? Okay.
Bon
Oh,
Jovi.
we did not name it Bon Jovi.
well.
We cannot take credit. That's for our long lost fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Bon
Abby's doing.
Wow.
Happy.
All right. So I'm trying to find. There's a lovely picture to show you, which I'm trying to find here. Where are you hiding? Lovely picture. So yes, you are here, and there it is. Oh no, that's the cut. No, it's the arms. That was just the picture of the coat of arms for the town. Damn it! Can't find it. Never mind. I shall find it later. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I didn't think you were going to stop, so I didn't have it. Excuse me.
Oh, we heard it was an uphill climb to the bar and decided not to stop.
Just plow on through. Screw this
Oh,
place.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
And goodbye, sir.
Do we just leave like that? We could.
It's an option. No. Please. I'm sure they would be happy to meet you.
I mean, I'm literally just gonna go in and be like, try my drink, and then leave.
Okay, in and out. All right. Okay, I shall get that for next time. I have to show you next time.
All right.
Excuse me.
That's what I do. We can just wave it. I go in. I
Nonsense.
say, here's some alcohol. Have you tried this magical substance?
Magical, wow. Fancy.
I did. Sometimes there's like some residue from my my healing spray. It's kind of like. Was like, what if I put this in a beer?
Just
Is that
experimental brew. Okay.
Is that
Or
drinkable?
oily tasting? Yeah.
Now,
Honestly, I don't know.
this
I
tavern.
can't taste.
I should bring it into view here for the fine folks at home. It is this building here, up near the castle. And it has a spectacular view. I have to give it this. It has this amazing view over the lake and down to the frozen docks. And they're actually very happy to see you, Tom, because I'm afraid as you go in there and you meet them there, the owner there is a middle-aged man. And he's like, visitors, please come in, make yourselves at home.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the uphill climb.
Well, anyway, we're just passing through, and
Oh, no rush. Have you had lunch?
oh, I don't eat. I'm a robot thing.
What now?
I don't know. I just know I don't eat.
But
Okay.
lunch does sound good.
Yes, we do need food. I know where Soyala is.
Okay. Splendid, splendid. Right. Well, we've got some food on in the back. Yeah, we've got. Yeah, what is it they've got? Sorry, I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, they do a nice hot chowder here apparently. Yeah, we got chowder and we got some bread from the morning.
Sounds good to me.
It's not warm anymore, I'm afraid, but yeah, get it with the chowder. It'd be nice. And he comes out and he's like, it's so rare that we have people come by. I'm afraid we can offer you food and water, but I'm afraid we're all out of beer and spirits.
What?
We're all out.
What?
It's the bloody closing of the East Haven Ferry.
Oh no, another side.
Because of the
I
freezing?
just look.
Oh, yes, with the lake frozen. Yeah. We can't get people across from East Haven like we used to, you know? People used to come and visit the castle.
So, like, you just can't afford to buy beer?
Oh, we just can't transport it over.
Why don't you just buy it from the Dwarven Valley? I mean, you don't have to take the ferry.
We don't have the means to get over there. Have you tried travelling off the roads? It's terrible.
No.
Barely anyone dares to even go down to the East Way.
You can almost hear the ticking as the gears are turning.
You were lucky to make it yourselves.
Why don't you go to Goodmead?
Like I said, barely anyone goes down the road. Just the trappers, and they don't have the means to bring back supplies of beer and the like. They just go and sell their furs and come back.
Oh.
I'm afraid,
Goodmead?
we don't all have the means to travel about. We don't have these sleds and the like. You don't want to be walking that. It's like 9 hours.
Well, since you're out of beer,
Aye.
pours a cup. This is for you.
Are you sure? I mean, sorry, this should be the other way around.
Oh, it's I invented this jug. Here, take a listen. And he just shakes it. Slosh, 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 slosh. It's never empty. Well, I sometimes can't get anything out of it, but it's never empty.
Be careful who you share that with. I'm a good, honest business owner, but there were folks that would waylay you to get their hands on something like that.
I only share it with other bartenders.
But like I say, there are folks that would do you in to get hold of that.
I just give it to them. Can make another one. Because if I stop being around, this stops working.
I was going to say, can we have one? But
I'm
no.
sorry.
Right. Well. Well, I do hope you stay for a while. Maybe till tonight.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh. Just
We
our
have
luck.
to head up to Caerconnig.
What are you going up there for?
Well, we heard with the Vandals, the invisible thieves.
I wouldn't know.
We have a bit of a lead, so we're gonna go check it out.
Don't hide it. You're just going up there to hook, line, and sinker, aren't you? With their endless supply of beer. Fine.
Do they have beer?
Enjoy your chowder. Slopes off.
No, sir, we didn't mean it that way. No.
I can get him some beer later. Once you become Beaker of good meat, I can just get some dogs and get some beer.
Is that, well, if you If you could
It's a
see your way
speaker.
to blessing us with such deliveries. The rest of 10 towns doesn't care about us lot up here.
Well, I tell you what. I'm running for Speaker of Goodmead. And if that happens, I'll see about getting you some of our product.
Right.
If there's one thing that I believe in, everyone has the right to drink.
Oh. I'll drink to that. He finishes off your free sample. And you eat up the chowder. And
You know, everyone has the right to drink, but I don't know if everyone should drink.
There is a
Although
cold.
out here it's quite
car.
cold, yeah. Maybe they need it.
Okay. So, you eat up this hot chowder. It's quite nice. And you head on out back to your sleds. And I was going to do that. Yes, and you finish up and you... Although I was going to say you all bundle up again, but it's only Soyala, I think you're the only one that needs to bundle up to any great extent. As again, you're kind of surprised by how fine Mame and Tuln... Oh no, sorry, you're okay.
Yeah, I don't have to either,
Tuln is the
yeah.
only one who has to, and he's got his kind of built in. You're the opposite, Tuln. You're kind of uncomfortably hot when you're inside. There we go. I found the picture. I just made a handout of my own to show you because I couldn't find the one that was in the module. Here it is. Ta-da! Oh, cool castle up on the hill. I'm just gonna
It's a
enlarge
cool
that.
castle.
Right, it's really cool, eh?
You can see why there's tourism.
There was, yeah. And that's the inn where you were, like up next to the castle there. So it's perched up on the top there, and there's the little horseshoe of things down there by the docks. Okay, and those steep roofs to keep off, get the snow from stop the snow from building up. So you clamber up back onto your sleds as you had them tied up, and the little furry donuts that are all the huskies all curled up in the snow shake themselves off and stand up ready to get moving again. And you dash down, and they have to run hell for leather down this hill as the sleds are kind of catching them up behind them as you're going down the slope and back onto the road that heads northeast off towards Caer Connig. And let me pop you back on the map here. Goodbye, nice castle. Oop. And not Sea of Moving Ice yet. And you carry on as the midday twilight starts to darken again. And after an hour or so, it's a much shorter leg of the journey, this one, you start to see faint torchlight in the distance as you come across another town fairly similar in design, but not just one kind of horseshoe round. It's kind of in concentric rings up like like an amphitheater almost, up around this small bay. Cheers, take care. And you see the houses arrayed like up the hillside, and then up above them you can clearly see where a similar castle would have been, but it's been reduced to ruins, and they're just the rocky bones of the old castle sticking up out of the snow up on the vantage point that it used to have. And you go sliding into town, and you see a few people dashing here and there as you come sliding into town. And as you are arriving there, let me show you this map as we shall be bringing things to a close, but let's just get you arrived at least. Caer Connig, where are you? Down there. Oop. as you can see, slightly similar look of things.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yes, but just a couple of horseshoes of buildings up to the ruins of the castle above, and you see all the buildings there around the docks. Again, the docks kind of even more frozen here and kind of distorted and broken up where the old jetties used to be, as they've been forced out of shape by the freezing ice. And you pull up on that main street and start looking around at the various people around you, trying to see who you're going to give a shout out to. And as you stop the dogs and let them rest and get down off the sleds, there is a shift, and a large mound of snow just off to the side of the road suddenly erupts up, and you're all showered with snow as this figure comes lurching up out of this snowdrift that was on the side of the road, and you see a dragonborn, a silver dragonborn, come erupting up out of the snow. And as you see this sudden apparition, he comes up and stands up in front of you, brandishing what looks like an empty wine bottle. You just hear him, who goes there? Is it thieves? Have I found those creeping bastards? And
Not-
yes, go for it.
Not yet.
And he pulls down the scarf covering his face, and you see it is this silver dragonborn holding onto this wine bottle as if it was some kind of weapon. Pardon my manners. bit jittery with all this thieving going on. I'm Trovis, town speaker. Welcome to Caer Konig.
Hair of the dog.
I don't mind if I do. And we shall stop there. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for everyone. A massive thanks to the dreaded GM for that lovely raid, and for everyone sticking around throughout the show after coming on a raiding. Thank you so much. We shall be back next... No, hang on. We shall not. We have a national holiday here in Japan next
Emperor's
week.
birthday.
The Emperor's birthday, no less. So we will not be playing, I'm afraid, but we will be back in 2 weeks to see what lies behind these mysterious, invisible robberies happening in Caer Konig, and this Dragonborn speaker, a little worse for wear and collapsed in the snowdrift, as my mate hides behind that shifty-looking face, Mr. Hatbeard. Thank you very much. And but there will be sessions next week. It is only the national holiday on the Tuesday, but we will be... yeah, sorry, Val, I don't have that set up. We will be coming back very soon with, I'm very happy to announce, a brand new campaign starting tomorrow for some of you on a Wednesday evening over in the States, but Thursday lunchtime here in Japan, as we are starting our brand new Out of the Abyss campaign. And that is going to be with brand new players, one of them brand new to D&D completely, her first ever campaign. So please come along to support them as we see what has happened to these adventurers who have found themselves in dire peril down in the Underdark. Then, later on that same day, I get to play 2 sessions in one day. We will be heading over to Barovia on Thursday evening over here for Curse of Strahd. We shall be seeing what lies in wait for our party in the mists of Barovia as they wade through the chest-deep, murky waters of the swamp-drowned town of Berez. as something shifted in the water, brushed past their leg. What could be lying in wait down there? In Australia, Val, that'll be. It depends which part of Australia you're in. It's plus a couple of hours ahead. So, one of our players is in New Zealand, and I think it's 4 hours ahead for them. So it's going to be kind of early evening for them. So kind of late afternoon, early evening in Australia, I think. Have a look. The Twitch page displays our schedule in your local time zone. So if you want to check that out, please do. Oh, sorry, Victoria. Thank you. And then it will be, yeah, like I say, the schedule on Twitch displays in your local time zone. So check that out. I don't think I've added the new one yet. I shall do that as soon as we get offline here. Now, as I said, Barovia will be Thursday evening. Then Friday night, Descent into Avernus is continuing as the pits battle against the 9 hells with Josh here playing a Dragonborn. We have fans of Dragonborn in chat. And
very different character.
A very different character indeed. And then, as I said, we will be skipping our weekly visits to Icewind Dale next week, but then back around again on Thursday with all of that goodness. So, do join us whenever you have the chance. I appreciate if you are not able to make it to all of them, because there's a lot. But do stop on by whenever you have the chance. It's always fantastic to have you all over. And, as we say around these parts, Oyasuminasai. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Oyasuminasai.
Thanks, players.
Yes, Minasai.
Bye.